Hi Scorpio, happy damn new year to you. Welcome to your first weekly Taroscope of 2024 with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Scorpio, this is for you. Remember to check them all out so that you know which part of you I resonate with most as a reader. I'm really excited, right? As you can tell, I love the new year. I'm so about all of that good stuff. So I just want to say, if you are a continued subby, you know Raffi loves you. And if you're new to my channel and you want some of that Raffi love, hit that subscribe button and make sure you check the bell notification so that you always get your updates on when I'm posting new stuff, which is going to be lots this year. Alright, so with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, I got lots of new stuff that's coming for you this year and I can't wait to bring some of it to you. I'm very excited for all of the wonderful things that we've got coming up. And for your key to the week this week, you have the Tower card. Ooh, okay, so Libra had this same card, different deck obviously, as their key to the week. And so what this suggests is this week there are going to be big changes, potentially disruptions when it comes to your lifescape. This is a week where all bets are off, right? Whenever the Tower card shows up, we don't really predict the Tower card, just like we don't predict Uranus. We just know that that energy is coming through, right? So yes, it can be disruptive and all the rest of it. But what I often say to my clients is this: whenever you see the Tower card, once you have your Tower moment, and we all have multiple Tower moments over the course of a lifetime, what this really represents is a point at which you have, what's the word that I'm looking for? Yeah, what it really represents is like when, or should I say not necessarily what it represents, but how it shows up is once the tower has fallen, whatever or whoever that is left after that can be trusted because they have survived this tower moment. In all of these different areas of your life, there are likely to be big, profound changes this week. All right, so when it comes to your actions and options, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune with the Tower card can show up in a few ways. On a really practical level, touch wood, I hope I'm wrong, just please be extra careful this week when you're getting in your car and you're going on your journeys, all the rest of it. This can usually show up as, with the Tower card and the Wheel of Fortune, it usually shows up as the tyres on the car. So maybe you have a tyre blowout or whatever the case might be. So if you've been umming and ahhing about whether you should get your tyres checked, this is your moment, right? If you know that one of them is probably a little bit more worn than you'd like and it needs to be replaced, this is your warning, okay? Now, because the Wheel of Fortune shows up as what you're doing, this could be that you are taking a huge risk or a huge gamble of some sort. Now, with the Tower card, the truth of the matter is I can't tell you which way it will go. All I can tell you is you are taking a big gamble of some sort, right? Another way that this could show up is some kind of spontaneous good luck could show up for you, but it will be very disruptive. I'll give you an example of this, right? And I've seen this show up before. It came up with the Empress and the Ace of Cups. So, and this lady was like a proper go-getter in her career, right? She was bossing it at work. And I said to her, "You're pregnant." She was like, "No, the fuck I am, Raph." Right? She weren't having none of it, right? I said to her, "I'm telling you, love, you I don't know what you're doing, but you need to look after it because you're going to be pregnant," right? She weren't having none of it. She was pregnant, right? So wonderful blessing, but it completely turned her entire, like she had all these, no, I'm doing this with my career, I'm bossing it, You're pregnant. Okay, wonderful blessing, but crap. That throws a spanner in my works, you know, well, at least sort of 6 to 9 months away from now. So it can be something good because the Wheel of Fortune is profoundly good energy. It's very rarely represents something that is, you know, and it would need to really come with some heavy stuff. The Tower card is disruption. Now, in terms of the options that are available to you, because it's the Wheel of Fortune, this is usually right place, right time stuff, and it's divine timing, right? So what this suggests is this week, whatever does show up for you, And you know me, if you've been with me long enough, you know I don't like this idea that, oh, well, you only get one shot at this and that's it. But I do have to say, because the Tower is present here, this is a one-time opportunity kind of deal. All right, so for your communications and conversations, you've got the Knight of Pentacles. That's the second, right? Please, please, please hear me when I talk to you. Get your car looked at. If your tyres is the problem that you've been thinking about for a while, if there's some aspect of your car that you've been like, I probably need to get that looked at, this is your message, because the Knight of Pentacles is a vehicle, right? It's your vehicle, your car, your motorbike, your bike, whatever the case might be. Whatever you have that's mechanical, that's transportive, that gets you from A to B, get it looked at this week, right? That's on a really practical level. On a communicative level, the Knight of Pentacles suggests that a lot of the conversations that you're having this week will go in directions that you're really not expecting. So you're like, well, you know, we're going to talk about this. You might have a whole structure in your mind, and when you get there, it's like all shit breaks loose, and you're like, okay, well, none of that went according to plan at all. So it's not a bad thing. It just means that you are having you will have to adapt some of your longer term plans here, because you're going to realize very quickly they won't hold water. In whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're going to have to take things in a different direction this week than you expect. Nothing's wrong with that. It just means change, right? When it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this could be that you get headhunted and maybe you get offered a job and they say to you, look, you know what, if you want to finish your degree, unfortunately, this might be the thing, right? You might find that you get offered a job or a position of some sort, but it means having to give up your course. It means having to knock the studies on the head. It's up to you which way you go. Only you can ask the question, right? But whatever it is that's offered, it will be disruptive in some way. Again, it's profoundly wonderful. Can you imagine? Like, let's say you've wanted to, right? You've trained 2.5 years so far of your 3 or 4 year degree to, because you want to become a chef. You get tapped on the shoulder from a Michelin star restaurant and say, look, we can only offer you like, I don't know, potato peeler and scrubber, but you will work your way up and there's an opportunity for you to progress. You're going to say no to your dream just because you're not going in at the sous chef level, right? Are you going to finish your course? It's such a hard decision to make, but this week you could be faced with something like this. And if you've been with me long enough, you know I don't really talk like to all of that fatalistic stuff. I always say like there's, it'll probably come around in another way, but this, I'm not sure it will, if I'm completely honest with you. Now, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, that Knight of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune, there is opportunity to get ahead here in your work, but the challenge that it comes up with is because the Tower's here, you might be replacing somebody. So it's like maybe somebody gets fired, maybe somebody leaves because they know they're about to be fired or whatever the case might be, and it creates an opportunity for you to take a step forward or a step up the ladder. That's not to say that you wouldn't have got there on your own merit, and if the boss does tap you on the shoulder for it, don't take it as like, oh well, you only want me to do this because you need the role filled. That's probably a part of it, but if you were the first person that they came to once that position opened up, that's still really good news for you. All right, like Scorpio, for once, don't be so suspicious. So remember, if you throw something at the screen, you're going to break your own computer, not mine, or your phone, or whatever it is. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, this could be a big fish client. This could be somebody that comes and says, yes, I want to work with you, but I need you to be exclusive. If you're going to work with me, I don't want you to work with anybody else. There's nothing here that suggests an NDA, so I don't think it will be that. But there's something here that could be profoundly good, but quite disruptive to what you do. It could also be very possible that maybe somebody comes to you and offers to buy your business, or something along those lines. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this is travel energy. And if you do have travel plans this week, I would say, excuse me, if you do have, I will say, if you have travel plans this week, I've talked to you about the vehicle stuff, right? I want to hear anybody in the comments saying, Raf, I didn't listen to you and my tyre blew out on the motorway. Right? I don't want to hear none of that, right? Obviously, I want to make sure you're okay, so please do let me know. But jokes aside, there's some kind of travel here, but it's likely to come up very spontaneously. So this is either the reason that you need to travel comes up really quick and you're like, oh God, I need to go. Or it's maybe you win a holiday, and they say, look, we can't just give you the money or whatever the case might be. And if you're going like this week, right? And you're like, it could, I don't know. I just have this feeling it's going to be something profoundly good, but it will be really disruptive to your life on a daily level. So before we get into your love and relations, on the 18th of January, enrollment for the my tarot course is going live. It will be open from the 18th of January to the 31st of January. That is your window. There are only 20 spaces because I like to keep these groups small and exclusive so that I can give you my absolute best and so that I can give you as much one-on-one attention as possible. If you are interested in learning how I do it and you want to, take that on board, if you want to practice on others, you want to practice on real life clients who are going to give you good feedback that will help you grow as a reader, then this is the course for you. It's pitched, for me, I say this is like beginner to intermediate level. If you're like a super advanced tarot reader, it's probably not for you. You probably won't get much more out of it. But I love this course. My students have loved this course. They're out there doing really good work already. Some of them you may be meeting very soon, so stay tuned. But yeah, if you're interested in that, like I said, on the 18th of the month, enrollment will go live and it will close on the 31st of January. So for your love and relations, you've got the King of Wands. Okay, so your King of Wands possibly could be a Sagittarius. So if you're single and looking, look out for your Sagittarius because they may show up for you. The other thing is as well, if you are single, you could meet somebody very spontaneously. And because you've got this with the Knight of Pentacles, it's possible that this person could either live quite far from you or maybe they are relocating to where you are currently. So there's something about a transition or in transition about this connection. When it comes to your those of you that are partnered, married or in long-term commitments, there is some kind of change or potentially disruption that's coming in for your partner here. And it might be news that they give you about something that they really are wanting to pursue, but you might be reluctant for this because you might think, well, hang on a sec, we had this goal, like, where the fuck you going? Love you, but like, I'm sorry, wait, what? We're doing what now? Talk it out, right? Knight of Pentacles suggests it will take your time, but you will be able to puzzle it out together. And that's the best way to approach this. For your money and materials, you've got the Seven of Wands. Okay. So there are potentially disruptions or challenges when it comes to the finances this week, I'm sorry to say. All the opportunities are still good, right? But the disruption to finances, because the Tower card is number 16, 1 and 6 gives you 7, 2 sevens represents news. If you want to find out how to do that, you know what to do. 18th, enrollment opens, 31st, it closes. 2 sevens represents news. The Seven of Wands it's a battle card, a challenge card. So whatever plans or opportunities open up for you, if you are open for them, you will have to fight for it. You will have to kind of say, okay, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna do what I have to show up for this, right? I believe in it enough to do that. You might, if you're partnered, maybe you have to have that hard conversation and really go to bat for something, or say to your partner, no, you're changing the goalpost or you're moving the goalpost and this was not what we agreed. We need to think more about this. We've got to have more of a discussion about it, all right? Especially because the financial implications are going to be somewhat pretty big, okay? Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Seven of Wands is your immune system. And with the Tower card, if, my dear Scorpios, if you've been having, if you've been thinking to yourself, I feel a little bit tired, or I feel like I need to take a break, or I feel like I need to slow down or whatever, this is your message. Same way as the card. I don't want to hear you in the comments telling me, Raf, I didn't listen to you and now I've got to take 3 weeks off because I've been signed off from the doctor. This is your check-in, this is your warning, right? And this is how we use these readings. When the challenges come up, we sidestep them by saying, okay, if I know that's coming, let me get ahead of it and do something about it now. So start getting your rest, start drinking your water, start taking gentle exercise, getting more fresh air, start going to bed earlier, maybe go to your doctor and check your immune system if you're feeling a little bit weird and a little bit sluggish, right? Get ahead of this before it becomes a problem. And then finally, when it comes to your home and environment, this is likely to show up in two ways, right? The one, this could be the electrics of the home. Please look out and after yourselves and whoever's in the home around this kind of thing. I don't think it's going to be the whole house. It will probably be quite localized. So it's like there's like one area of the house where you have a problem or an issue of some sort. But it's likely to be electrical or with an appliance. My money is on it being either the cooker or the heater, or, you know, if you've got a furnace or anything like that in your house, it's probably going to be around that sort of thing. And then for and then the other way that this potentially shows up as well, this could be some crap, some shit that starts outside your house. Maybe like it gets really loud one night, people are kicking off, and you have to go out there, you know, with your baseball bat. Shut the fuck up. You're being a Scorpio, right? Doing all of that. So just, you know, however it shows up, please obviously look after yourself and take care. Anyway, this is getting to be a very long video for a weekly. Sorry. But it's a new year. I'm really excited about all of this stuff. So stay tuned for all of the goodies that I've got coming for you. And with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic year. Take care, and I'll see you soon.